him?
Done Zeb a favour, because now he used to be a bit timid of taking his food, wasn't he? And now he's like, I'll have that. So we've come to Nottingham knowing absolutely nothing about it other than Robin Hood
And his
here.
merry men. I'd like to say women as well, because I'm sure he had some.
He probably had one or two. I think it was a bit of a flirt.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Wearing tights and everything. He
Yeah.
probably had more married men than he had women. I better not say that. Right, so we've come to Nottingham and not knowing nothing about the village or town at all. And we've learnt a little bit about it. So the area we're in now is a disused railway line.
I have to say that again now.
No, that's fine. We'll just ignore the bling of your phone. Please turn off your phones. Yeah, you can talk as well, you know.
I know, I'm just trying to think what to say.
Yeah, let me just show you the building behind. That was the old engine room. So it's now quite a luxury looking house.
So there is a plaque behind the camera that you can't see that we're looking at, which maybe, will you stick some picture of that in there?
I'll take a picture. I don't really want to reveal the location too much, but yeah, we can stick a picture in somehow.
So the picture actually shows the house as it was back then when it was, when it was built.
18th something or early 19th century.
Yeah.
We'll find out in a minute. We have read the plaque. Yeah, this is like you come to these areas and you find out a bit about the area. We went to the Civil War Museum yesterday
In Newark.
in Newark.
Found out that they had 3 civil wars, didn't they?
Yeah, 3 civil wars.
And the only thing that saved the town was actually the plague. Sounds a bit crazy,
the
but
Black Death.
go on his bike, just, you know. So yeah, the thing that saved the Newark town was the Black Death, the plague, because a lot of the soldiers who they told the townspeople to demolish the castle walls and the castle itself, but a lot of the soldiers were getting ill from the Black Death, and so they ended up leaving before the whole castle was demolished. And then what the townspeople did, obviously when they got well again, or they recovered from the Black Death, is they used the brick and the stone, not brick, is it? Stone. Used the stone from the castle to make their houses.
They stole the stone from the castle to build houses. One third of the population of Newark was wiped out during the Civil War and the Black Death. So this area almost became
it was low population, wasn't it? It took them many years to get the birth rate back up again and the population to get it back up again. So if you go to the Civil War Museum, then there was a really good film as well, wasn't there, demonstrating back then how it was and what happened. So it was really nice.
I think it's £8 to get in. But they do have some free days. We were lucky enough to get in yesterday for free. You can look on Facebook to see whether they have any free days coming up.
And I think if you're
otherwise it's £8.
I think if you're a resident as well, you might also be able to get in free.
Concessions.
So at the time we were actually residents of Newark.
Yeah.
So if you do come here, obviously Mark's just said that it was a disused railway line. So I think there's 3.5 miles one way to get to one village, and then 4 miles another way, and then there's actually another track as well, because it sort of goes off onto like not a T, like a V junction or something.
Yeah.
So there's miles of track that you can cycle. There's plenty of people that have been cycling it, or jogging, or running, or just walking their dogs. It's just a really nice place. So we've had our breakfast on this bench, haven't we?
Yeah, and on the last couple of videos we have sort of gone against getting out your table and chairs and sitting outside on a normal busy road or a byway or something along those lines. We've sort of tried to steer you away from doing that sort of thing. But I don't know if you can see here, I'll just show you. We are on a picnic bench, and there's another one over there. We are actually having breakfast in an area. We're having breakfast in an area that is set up for picnics and stuff like this. And we've had nothing but
smiles and conversations from people. We've had lots of people just...
All the people passing have welcomed us and said hello, had chats and told us about other areas to visit in the area, other parts of interest to visit in the area. So I think this is a way, if you want to have the outdoors life, breakfast outdoors, don't expect to go to the seaside and do it right on the seafront. If you go inland and go to a picnic area that is purposely built for this type of thing, you're going to get a lot less aggravation, should we say.
And I think, I mean, they're not difficult to find either. It takes just a little bit of research. Go and have a look on Google Maps. If you zoom in on Google Maps into the location that you want to be, then you'll see the different like picnic areas.
Well, also, you don't actually have to stay in the picnic area that you intend to have your lunch or breakfast at. You could stay overnight somewhere else and then drive here during the day. I mean, if you look on Park for Night, the little picnic areas are all over the place. You can actually just tick one of the boxes that says picnic areas and it will tell you where they all are. So finding them in your area is not a problem. And like I say, you can park out of the area and then drive here, have your picnic, have your lunch, have your breakfast, do your outdoorsy cooking thing. Please don't put your barbecues on the wooden table. Try and use a tripod or a stove type thing, or off the table so it don't leave any damage.
I mean, at the moment this ground is so dry, isn't it?
Yeah. If you tried to have a fire here,
it would just go.
You'd cause mayhem. You'd set fire to stuff. So yeah, I think you can have the outdoor life. You can have the pleasant cooking and eating outdoors. It's just how you do it.
You won't look on camera.
Oh, right, yeah. You can have. People want to stop, take their children, walk their dogs, and surf. They don't want the area to be bogged down with 30, 40, 50 camper vans, which is why we're getting the bad press, I guess. So we are in, where are we? Nottingham?
Southwell.
Southwell, Nottinghamshire. And it's summer holidays, kids are off school, so we thought we'd do something again totally different to what we normally do. And we've come to this Workhouse, National Trust site, and sort of a family type thing.
So there aren't many people here.
No, there's not many people. Oh, the car park is full. So we're going to go and have a look around and see what all this is about. Yeah. Maybe get the kid a job here, get some money back from him.
Leave him here for a week or so. Come back for him.
Okay, so you've joined us at the roadshome sack race and egg and spoon race back. So I'm going to stick the camera down here. What you'll notice is the cheating little Arabs have started to stitch me up right from the start. Look at the size of my sack. They gave me the smallest one there. So who do you think's going to win this then? Place your bets. Ready? Steady? Go. Come on, Sue. If you're refereeing this one, watch Sue's arm. She definitely shakes my egg off the spoon. And serve her right. Depending how old you are, you're all going to know what the next event is. It's the spacehopper event. If you didn't have one of these as a kid, you never lived. So obviously, being quite old, I've had one or two in the past, and you can see I was raring to go. They had no chance on this one.
Why are you Corbin bound?
I'm light years ahead.
Second place!
Where are you? Come on, you've got to do the finish line.
It's so tricky. Easier when you're a kid. Why? It's gonna make me fall. You're going to make me fall over.
Go. Ooh, close.
Oh, that's like right on the end.
That was at me.
I've got one more. Do I get you or it?
So close.
Yay!
Whoa! And I got it as well. Okay, so sack race. Yes.
No, get off.
The sack race. I won the sack race by far.
Okay.
Sack race by far. I'm the winner. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you didn't deserve to be. Okay, and then egg and spoon. Egg and spoon. Excuse
Egg
me.
and spoon.
Excuse me. I think I was first. Fine, you can go second. Just let me get. Thank you.
Markenstein,
Yes.
Val Lichtenstein is third.
Where's the
And then
champagne?
overall.
Look at the camera, Cobb. Stop it.
The Workhouse, also known as the Great House, in the town of Southwell, Nottinghamshire, England, is a museum operated by the National Trust. Opened to the public in 2002, built in 1824, it was the prototype of a 19th century workhouse, and was cited by the Royal Commission on the Poor Law as the best example among the existing workhouses before the resulting New Poor Law of 1834 led to the construction of workhouses across the country. It was designed by William Adams Nicholson, an architect of Southwell and Lincoln, together with the Reverend John T. Belcher, a pioneer of workhouses and prison reform. It is described by the National Trust as the best preserved workhouse in England. The building remained in use until the early 1990s, when it was used to provide temporary accommodation for mothers and children. Its acquisition by the National Trust reflects its organisation's wish to broaden its interests and to ensure the continued existence of Grade 2 listed buildings. The restoration began with roof repairs in 2000 and is ongoing. Many of the rooms have been redecorated and they look as they would have done in the 19th century. The building was constructed mainly as a last resort, not as a sanctuary for those that had nothing. The men, women and children and families were segregated and kept apart. Once in the building, you quickly realise most of the windows overlook the grounds, and these would have been used to keep an eye on the people in the yard, making sure that they were working hard. One of the rooms at the workhouse is given up to commemorate the lives of women who lost their lives through domestic violence. The woman's quilt is made up of 598 patches, one patch for each woman who was killed as a result of domestic violence between 2009 and 2015. So there is free parking at the workhouse, although the parking spaces are not very large for motorhomes or vans. So I'd get there early. We got there fairly late and had a little bit of an issue trying to find somewhere to park. It's a National Trust property, so it is not free. I think the price to get in was about £15. Unless you've got a National Trust pass. Right, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye for now.